do. You must be able to allow yourself to believe that you can finish strong, but that starts with focus. You don't have to do everything. You just do the things that help you to move forward with intention. You don't have to do everything, but you do the right things. And you have to decide what the right thing is for you to be focused on in this moment. I want you to ask yourself, what's the one task that would make today a win? Because you want to make sure you're doing that. You want to make sure you're being intentional and you want to make sure that you're doing the things that can help you move forward with excitement, move forward with feeling as if you're moving with great intention. And that starts when you choose to say, I'm moving forward, I'm taking action, I'm getting my wins because you know that your goals matter. I want you to take some time to revisit your plan. Maybe you're saying, Coach Sandy B, what are you talking about? I don't have a plan. Well, I'm here to tell you I can help you create one because as a accountability coach, I am here to make sure that the people that are ready to move with intention and the people that are ready to take action, they are showing up. They are doing the work. So if you don't have a plan, I'm here to tell you that you can choose to come be a part of the 90 Day Wins community where I have tools and the know how to help you to focus, to stay committed, to create your 90-day plan of action. You want to make sure you are checking in weekly to achieve those goals. You are picking your top priorities each day, showing up, doing the work. But it starts with you taking that step. Are you ready to take that step forward? Because that's what it requires: discipline, focus, determination to achieve those goals you say you want. So you have to be able to reflect before you rush. That means you are reflecting on what worked, what didn't work. Each week, you are asking yourself, how can you improve? Because reflection helps you finish from a place of clarity, not chaos. And it is clear there is a lot of chaos all around us, but you can choose to stand firm. You can choose to have faith. You can choose to know that each step you're taking is leading you closer to your goals. And I've got some tools and tips and tricks up my sleeves to help you. One of them is my one on one, where it is you and I getting together and talking about the chaos that's in your life and how you can move to make sure you are moving away from the chaos and you are finding clarity because that's what it's about. So I have my one on ones that are called Chaos to Clarity because I know it can seem very confusing. But if you have a goal and if you have a mission and if you have a focus and if you have a purpose and if you have a why, you can choose to say, I am not going to be a part of the chaos. I am going to find my clarity. So I want you to do this simple exercise, but it's powerful. I want you to write or say aloud one lesson you've learned this week. It's not for anyone to judge. If you believe you learned something from it, that's what you write. That's what you say. And the thing is, I'd like for you to share with me. Share with me how you are moving with intention. Let's have conversation. There's so many ways that we can connect. You want to be intentional. 90 Day Wins is where you can find me, is where you can learn more about the work that I'm doing, how I'm showing up daily, not only for my wins, but encouraging the people that are brave enough to go on the journey because life is a journey, but you've got to have a plan of action. You've got to be clear about how you are going to get where you need to go to. Do you need to have all the answers? Absolutely not. There's no crystal ball to life because if there was, we would have all figured it out already. But it's that daily consistency, that daily persistence, that daily belief in yourself. I was on live today on another platform and someone was telling me how me encouraging them and showing up daily, 8 o'clock in the morning to go live, they hear me and they get up and take action. They don't want to lay in the bed. They want to get up and move with intention because they are motivated based on me talking to them. But here's the thing: motivation is something you have to find and move forward. Some days you won't feel like being motivated. I don't care who's talking to you. That's when you have to dig deeper. That's when you have to ask yourself, do my goals really matter to me? Because if they do, I've got to show up daily to put in the work for it. So I want you to understand You can say the lessons you've learned this week, say them out loud, maybe tell them to a friend, but understand that you are taking action. You are doing the things daily. So you have something to share. You have some lessons you've learned. And that's you reminding yourself that you are on a journey, that you are staying focused, that you are locking in this season. Because if not now, my friends, when? When will it be time for you to show up? When will it be the time that your goals matter? I believe that time is now. I believe it is time for you to be intentional. Maybe you need to slow down so you can speed up, but you are committed to finishing strong. And I'm excited because let me tell you, consistency beats intensity. You don't need a perfect week. You just need progress. Do you hear me, friend? You just need progress. So, what did you do this week that helped you gain that progress? What did you do this week that helped you move closer to your goals? What did you do this week that lets you know that your goals matter? Because you've got to believe in you. And you do that by showing up. You do that by being consistent. You do that by saying, I'm going to do the work, even if it's difficult. This week hasn't been easy, but guess what? It has been impactful because I've shown up. I've learned the lessons. There are so many lessons I've learned this week. One of them is, and it's something that I know, but it's good for me to see it in action and know that this is important because sometimes we have to learn lessons multiple times. And that lesson is that I just have to continue to show up and do the work because my name is being entered in rooms that I haven't physically entered. People are talking about me. People are talking about the work that I'm doing. People are talking about how they are being moved and inspired by the work that I'm doing. And how I know that because people will talk whether it's good or it's bad. So somebody saying like, yes, I was at this location and I was speaking to a mutual friend and they said call Sandy B. I was listening to a podcast and then your podcast came on and then I was stuck. And then 3 episodes later, I had to learn more. I had to reach out to you. I had to ask you some questions. When you are moving with intention, amazing things happen. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have a perfect week. You just need to make progress. So, what progress have you made this week? What progress have you taken on your journey? So, you are encouraged, you are excited, you are motivated about the work you get to do. Because let me tell you, my friends, the time is now. So, when I think about how I've shown up daily by going live, by coaching, by creating content, by being on other podcasts where I'm sharing my message of achieving goals every 90 days by interviewing amazing entrepreneurs with the Every Dot Black series or interviewing amazing women with the Women of Influence series that I'm doing with the 90 Day Wins podcast. Because here's the thing, I desire to do a lot of big things in my life. And the only way I can do that is if I choose to be consistent, if I choose to say my goals matter. And because they matter, I'm showing up to win daily. I'm showing up to put in the effort for my wins. Who's been consistent this week? Let me know how you've been consistent this week. You can send me a message, you can leave it in the chat. I want to know how you are being intentional about showing up for yourself and for your wins. I must tell you, gratitude will fuel your momentum. Remember, we're in the lock in season. So that means we are going to the end of this year, executing our plans, showing up daily to do the work. And the only way we can do that consistently and get that momentum that we desire and that we need because we're on a journey. So we don't just stop at 90 days. That's just the beginning steps. We are committing to show up every quarter. 4 quarters makes a year. So, are you committed to lock in each quarter, showing up each quarter every 90 days? You are believing in yourself and you're taking it a step further. You can't finish strong if you're bitter or you're burnt out. You've got to be able to manage the pressures that are coming in. And it takes skill, it takes dedication, it takes work. What's one thing you're grateful for that helped you this week? There's so many things that have helped me this week. And this is where you can take the time to reflect and ask yourself, what helped you this week? How were you able to move forward based on what new information you had? Well, I am grateful for the podcast and interviews that I've been having. I like to batch record my episodes. And so, in doing that, I have spoken to some dynamic leaders. And what I've learned is that they spend no time worrying. They focus their energy on how they can be the change, how they can help themselves and their businesses, but most importantly, how they can help their community. Because now more than ever, they understand the urgency of their service being provided to the community. So the question for you is, what's one thing you're grateful for that's helped you this week? I'm grateful for these people that have shared with me, and they've also poured into me. It has been such a beautiful exchange of currency of knowledge that I am in this season when I am talking to these goal getters, talking to these entrepreneurs, even going live on different platforms. I'm meeting people from all levels, all walks of life, so many different countries. I'm encouraged, and I want you to be encouraged because when you think about your many opportunities, when you think about the work you're able to do, I'm hopeful you're excited. I hope you are not bitter or burnt out because if you are, I would tell you, you need to make a change. You need to think about what's important. You need to ask yourself in this moment, what should you be focusing on? Take some time to reflect, take some time to write in your journal or your planner. You want to take that time to lock in and reflect on how things are going because this is going to help build strength for you. If you desire to go far, you got to be strong, my friends. You've got to be able to withstand the changes that are coming through. And the only way you do that is if you find the gratitude in the work that you are able to do. So I'm so grateful for the people that I am in relation with, the people that are pouring into me, the people I get to pour into. And I just continue to be inspired and encouraged by their influence in my life. You today, how will you finish strong? That also means that you're finishing strong, but you're also preparing for what's next. You must understand that you have a vision, then you have a plan, and then you take action that leads to your wins. But if you are not sure what you want to do and you can't even come to creating a plan, well, the action you take, how valuable will it be? Because you really don't have a roadmap. And that's why, if you choose to come on the journey with 90-day wins, we are creating that roadmap because we know your goals matter. And because they matter, we want to help you with the tools where you can choose to win every day because you're being intentional. We work with understanding what your vision is, what you desire to accomplish. From that, we can create your plan, and then we can talk about how you can execute that plan with an action that's tailored just for you. That's how you get to your wins, my friends, by having that plan, knowing your why. You got the vision, you got the plan, and then you can create the action to get your wins. I want you to take 10 minutes today to set up your top 3 goals for next week. You got to be intentional. You've got to think about what you can do that's going to move you closer to your goals. In a few more days, we will be in the holidays and your time will be limited because you have to spend time with family and friends. So you want to lock in now while you have the time to focus on what you need to get done. And in doing that, you're getting your wins. So today, set up your top 3 goals for next week. And I want you to celebrate your big and your small wins. Every checked box, every step forward deserves a moment. Think about that. Think about each step you're taking. Remember, it's building that momentum. So nothing is too big or too small for you to celebrate, my friend. Absolutely nothing is too big or small for you to celebrate. You've got to decide that it's worth celebrating. You've got to ask yourself, what's my biggest win this week? Whether it's personal or professional. Understand that celebration builds that momentum. That's how we sustain our success as we go through on our journey. Do you understand by those little celebrations, you are building that momentum? and you are making sure you are clear that you can get through it. So that's how you sustain your success for all 4 quarters, by celebrating those little victories along the way. Let me tell you, now's the time that you've got to fuel up, because we are on a journey and we're almost at the end of that first level. So you have to fuel up for the final push. You want to end the week strong, but you also want to end it well. You've got to find that balance where you rest, you refuel, and you reset. And that's what you do on the weekend: rest, refuel, and reset. This weekend, that's your homework. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You must refuel so you can refill others. You see how that is? You have to be able to give from the overflow. So you are getting fueled from so many different places in order for you to go out there and do what it is you must do. So I have some help for you along your journey, but it's only if you're serious about finishing this quarter strong. I invite you to join 90 Day Wins Coaching. I want you to experience what it is for you to go on a journey and be successful. You maybe have done it before, but when you have someone who's with you on the journey to help keep you accountable, that's when the magic happens. That's when you're able to see that momentum soar. So come on and join the 90 Day Wins community. We have our school community where we are the Win Collective, where we are moving with great intention and anticipation. What is it that you want to achieve? Well, come on, be a part of the community, and we can win and grow together. Because let me tell you, the community of goal getters that I have amassed, we are on a mission, my friends, and we are so focused. We are so determined. We are excited about the work we get to do. It's up to you. You can lock in your accountability before you end this year, knowing that you have your vision, your plan, and your action that will lead to your wins. I'm Coach Sandy B, and every 90 days, I'm showing up to let you know that there is an opportunity for you to get your wins. It's up to you to decide that it's important to you, that you're going to take advantage of it, and you are going to get your wins, goal getter. Until our next live, know that you can move with intention, you can finish strong, and you can show up and do the work, because you are a goal getter and you understand how important it is in this time to lock in. You understand how important it is to share your gifts. Remember, your goals matter, and you can choose to win every 90 days. Until next time.